can't take photos from this sign onwards. Now the reason that we know this, no photos, no videos, and we have a little arrow here pointing to the right. We're walking this way, which means no photos or videos this way. Now the sun will be rising in like 20 minutes roughly. If you want to take photos of the sunrise, it's in that direction, feel free to do so. Just not of the rock. Now, it explains here basically what I said to you about having a sensitive site. The site we have is Kunya Hiti, and it is, as we walk around, you'll see it, there's like a big kind of chunk of the rock that's come out, and that is a piti. Now, a piti is a bowl. So, bowls are carved out of trees, so they're kind of a U shape, and that is what that represents. Kunya relates to one of the stories, and it's the third story we'll hear, so much later on. And a kunya is a woma python. So they're a non-venomous snake out here. Beautiful little brown and tan striped snake. So Kunya Piti, it's our first sacred site, but as we kind of continue walking along, the whole northeastern face, and you'll see it, it's basically a big flat face of the rock, is no photos, as there's multiple sensitive sites along the side of Uluru. All good? Amazing, let's keep walking. All good to take photos. Jilpi Kupi is the ultimate food. Once again, Kupi, Pampa means old. Jilpi is like very old. It's very old people's cave. Now this cave is where the old people, obviously, would have stayed. It's right next door to the women's cave, and the women were the ones who kind of gave out the food rations and stuff. They made sure that the old people got their food. They would have lots of fires in here, so if you look at the roof of it, it's nice and black. And we have some paintings over on the left-hand side. Now, these are our first rock art drawings that we got to see. Now, how old the rock art is at Uluru, we don't really know exactly, but they say about 5,000 years. Up, it turns black in colour and dies off. It actually layers up over time and we get these dark black lines. So this is our tallest straight drop waterfall. Any guesses as to its height? It's about 80 metres, which means it's not even 1/4 of the height of Uluru. So Uluru is more than 4 times taller than this. And it helps give you a little bit of perspective because we're nice and close here. It's nice and straight up. So to think that Uluru is 4 times higher than this is pretty crazy.
How far down does it go?
Anywhere between 3 to 6 kilometers. So there's about, on average, 10 more Ulurus underground. If you split it in the middle at about 4.5 kilometers, it's about 10 more Ulurus underground.
Oh.
Yeah. Big rock. Very big rock.
Geologically, is it down?
No.
Going up.
So technically it's getting taller because the ground level is coming down, but also with the erosion, it could be getting smaller. So if it's eroding quicker or growing quicker, I'm not sure. But yeah, technically it's still growing. So this here is Kupi Watercube. So this is the cave for men, or the men's cave. Now this cave relates to the Mala story. The Mala men got attacked by Korpan when he first arrived to Uluru and they were killed. This is where it happened, and on the back face of this cave we can see 5 rocks. And these are the figures of the 5 men who were killed by Korpan. Now these caves are teaching and learning caves, and that is why we have so much rock art. Because that is what you would do. You'd tell a story, you'd teach something. Some recognizable symbols that we can see here. Over on the left-hand side, this is a lizard. Now we've got lots of different lizards out here. This is a big lizard drawing, so I can imagine it's a big lizard. And the biggest lizard we have out here is the Ninka. These are land monitors, and they're like the cousin to the Komodo dragon. So they're really... them, and the reason we have some here is because we had the rainfall about a month ago. So these fruit, as well as many of the other plants out here, fruit dependent on rainfall. So no rain, no fruit. Now, it starts off nice and green. This one is kind of ripe. It's bright, reddy, purpley colour. But it turns a deep purple, almost black looking colour when it's ripe. So it'll start to almost like shrivel up a bit. That's when you know it's ready to be eaten. So if it's not going to taste very nice. So the annuli is very, very rich in vitamin C. Like 4 oranges worth in one little fruit.
Oh, wow.
Which means it's very bitter. So you want it to try and ripen up as much as possible. Now we have this viney plant growing on it that's producing this really pretty purple flower. The purple flower then produces a little red berry. It's poisonous. So, you know, you got a bit of a mix going on. Edible, lovely, yummy, very good nutrition for you. Poisonous.
Yeah.
And that's basically how most of the plants out here work. A really great example is the bush tomato species. So out here there's 36 different types of bush tomatoes. 30 of them are poisonous. So you have a 5 out of 6 chance of being poisoned, which is not very good odds in your favour. So don't eat what you don't know. We're in a national park anyway, so don't eat anything. But really good example of bush food. Any questions? No? Here. These caves, as well as many other caves such as this that are a bit smaller, they were commonly used as a place to escape the heat, escape the cold. On a hot summer's day, you head in there, it's going to be much cooler than standing in the sun. And in winter, you go in there, you light a fire, your whole family is going to warm up a lot quicker than if you were out in the open. And what they're watching is the men hunting using the water holes. So you can hunt out by going across the lands and tracking animals and looking for them, or you can get the animals to come to you. So we have a water hole down here that we're going to visit shortly, and the animals, just like us, need water. So let's say your emus, they're coming into the water hole. You count them as they're coming in. 1, 2, 3. 3 emus have come in, they've drank their water, they're heading back out. 1 and 2, they're off already. Number 3 is going to be dinner. And there's a few reasons. Firstly, the last animal to leave is most likely the oldest. It's going to be the easiest to catch. Secondly, by the time the other 2 animals go, oh my gosh, old Bob is missing, they won't associate this water hole with danger. As we know from the water quality in regards to the climb, animals have a memory. Every time they come here, they got sick from the climb and the water pollution, so they stopped coming. Same as with hunting. If every time they come here, they get attacked and die, they're not going to keep coming back. They'll go to a different water hole that's safe. So it keeps that healthy association with the water hole, keeps your food source coming in, because where there's one animal, there's more animals, the whole circle of life should happen. And the boys can just watch it happen and learn from it.